Hey everybody, it's Top Throws Fan bringing you guys a brand new stream. So today we will be jumping back into Cedar Network. This past week I was just taking a week off to visit some family, but now I'm back to streaming. And I'm sorry I'm a little bit late today. I realize I am actually about 40 minutes late. I was trying out a new update that Doors had on Roblox, so that's why I'm late. So I don't really have a good excuse for being late today, but thank you guys for joining on in, and yeah, we will go ahead and get started now. So basically, as you might remember from the last stream, we were working on getting Cedar Plaza set up, and then here's some of our building palettes that we used over in the entrance, or kind of the spawn area, and yeah, so now we'll keep working on getting things set up. So the monorail station over here, as you can see, is all finished. The security booth is finished. We got our Cedar Plaza sign over here, and we've also got some restrooms in the plaza, as well as this is going to be our kind of guest relations kind of area, kind of a guest relations building, so that people can get information, um, about kind of about us and kind of what our server's about and stuff like that. Um, So yeah, I'm really excited to get back into streaming. I'm gonna try my best to maintain a consistent schedule, though I can't really guarantee that because there are times when I might not be able to stream for whatever reason. So I think for right now, what I'm gonna do with the restrooms, I'm not actually gonna get the interiors done yet. I think what I'm gonna work on kind of first and foremost just getting this information building set up. So I think what I want to do with this is I kind of want to model the information building, I guess somewhat off of this palette, but then I also wanted to add some aspects of the kind of guest relations building at Magic Kingdom Disney World. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pull up a picture of that so that I can kind of get an idea of like the colors I'll need to use and stuff. I'm actually trying to remember what the I might have to pull up a Magic Kingdom map actually to do this because I'm not sure if I remember what the building is called exactly, because I haven't tried to do this in a while. So um, City Hall, that's what it's called. So yeah, the City Hall building. Okay, so Magic Kingdom. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get Google Images opened, and then we're basically, yeah, so basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it um, very similar to the one at Disney World. That's kind of the theming that I'm going for with it. Because I think kind of the general theming I'm going for with this park is, or with kind of Cedar Hills in general, is I'm trying to go for more of a kind of a Disney theme, so it's a little bit better themed. Because I realize that that has been something that I've struggled with in the past, is kind of getting a good theme. So that's kind of something I'm going to be working on with this build, is kind of just making a better theme, basically, is what I'll be going for. So yeah, I think something that's not in the city hall that I'm going to be adding is cherry planks above the windows. So yeah, so I think the building will have kind of an entrance that will actually, I guess with the line for guest relations, we actually could take that out just to add a little bit more space in here. Um, yeah, and this would have to be wider anyway to be. Yeah, this would have to be wider in order to accommodate for the. This would definitely have to be kind of wider in order to accommodate for the kind of how big the actual building is. Um, Okay, so I think what I'm going to try doing then is we'll do. Yeah, and keeping in mind that we're going to have to decorate this. Yeah, I'm just going to open an image of this. Yeah, actually, this kind of is more bricks than wood, actually. So I'm going to go for kind of a more bricky texture. Um, Maybe even like endstone bricks is a possibility. Um, no, that would look bad. And it's kind of like a greenish yellow. Is kind of what we're going for with that. Which I mean, I guess birch planks actually kind of goes along with that pretty well. And I don't want to use court stairs, so I think probably what I'm going to try doing is either that, um, or I guess for people, for just to keep in mind that like not everyone will use the texture pack. Maybe I should do stone brick stairs instead, because the texture pack I'm currently using allows for that, and that's probably something I might even load into the, um, I might even load into the server. Okay, so something I'm going to change about this is that we will use that for the doorway. And I'm going to add a little bit of depth in there as well. And yeah, and so something I did want to say. So I think to make up for the fact that I was a little bit late starting on streaming today, I actually will be kind of pushing the stream a little bit later. So like we will be probably finishing up the stream around like 6 p.m. tonight. So I will go a little bit longer just to make up for the fact that I was a little bit late. Okay, and so we'll do that, and then we'll have a probably windows that might even end up being covered up. Um, Actually, yeah, I can just do that. There we go. Yeah, so like I don't want that to be the same color as the quartz. Like I do want it to be kind of a lighter color, like kind of a white, but I just don't want it to be the same color as the quartz because I think it would just if it would if it blended in, it just wouldn't look very good because you do always kind of want to make sure that um like you always want to make sure that things aren't really blending in too much because then because like basically kind of how I think of it is kind of like when you're looking at it from kind of a far off distance, you want there to be different colors. Yeah, now that I'm looking at the um, birch planks, I'm actually realizing that those are probably too light of a color. Yeah, I was thinking mud bricks, but no, that's not going to work. Um, yeah, I think in a normal Minecraft texture pack without shaders, it would probably be fine. I think it's just it looks weird the way I'm doing it because it looks weird the way I'm doing it just because of um the shaders I'm using. Yeah, and that kind of looks out of place somewhat. I'm gonna try maybe oak stairs. I feel like I use oak too much, but I just want to see how that looks. I think, yeah, honestly, actually, that looks relatively good. And then this will just be fences. And the line will just be kind of defined by fences. And I did want to give the real Lesarge a shout out. He's one of my cousins. He gave me a follow on Twitch, so just wanted to give him a shout out. Make sure that you guys follow him and show him support. Yeah, and then so I'm actually adding a little bit more texture to the build because I feel like with just the few blocks that I'm using, it just wasn't really very textured. So I just wanted to add a couple more blocks just to make it look a little bit more interesting. All right, so I'm gonna do kind of a outline like that with the smooth stone, and then in the middle we'll do stone brick. All right, so the information building is coming along pretty well, I think. And we will have an additional, like we will have like a guest relations building once we start building the actual park. But yeah, for now I'm just having this information building here in the plaza because this will be kind of this will basically just be kind of information about the server, information about the park, stuff like that. Something I like to do to add depth to walls is to do something like that. And that's just something I like to do. Like when there's no windows on a wall, sometimes to add depth, I like to just use stairs. Because I think that adds kind of another layer of detail. And I think kind of similar to the roof, I think we'll do kind of similar to the floor. I'm sorry, similar to the floor. I'm going to do kind of a similar design for the ceiling. And then so right here, this is where the ceiling will open up a little bit, and we'll have kind of a higher ceiling for this part of the build. Because I think kind of having varying heights to the ceiling and varying just I like having variety in my builds because it just adds another layer of detail, and I think it just makes the build look good. Oh, hello, Ethan Strains One. How's it going? Thank you for jumping in to watch the stream. All right, so this is definitely going to take me a lot of time. Um, oh, okay. Thankfully, this part isn't destroying anything. Okay, so then the only one that yeah, I'm gonna have to do that, and then of course, oh well, never mind. I guess that just destroyed everything. Fine. So now I have to do all of this over again. Oh, hello, Ethan Strange YT 2. Okay, so now I'm just hoping that I won't have to do this again because that took forever. Okay, awesome. Yeah, so now we got our cool looking fence, and I'm hoping that adding a carpet isn't going to destroy all the work that I just did. Okay, good. So that does not count as a block update. Okay, awesome. Yeah, I've got to say I definitely do not like doing debug sticks. They are definitely not fun because they take a long time to it takes a long time to do debug sticks. I will say one of the benefits of having uploaded my park that I worked on another server. It's one of the benefits of having uploaded that to my server is that I can like visit my own park whenever I want. I guess I've talked about Cedar Hills before, so I think most of you guys know what Cedar Hills is, but yeah, that's a park that I worked on for a very, very long time. Probably like it was since like April of 2023. I worked on it from then until about March of 2024, and kind of right around then um, was when I was treated very unfairly by some of the staff on that server. And I'm not gonna name names because I'm not gonna be that person, but um, yeah, I didn't miss that server though, just because it had a very good community. But the one thing I don't miss is just the staff team, because the staff team wasn't a very good staff team. Like they didn't really handle things very well on that server. And I think kind of what made me think of that, what made me think of it is I was just looking in I was just kind of scrolling through a DM history, um, like a DM history that I have with one of those staff members that mistreated me. Like it's definitely a server I miss. Like it was a great community. I think that they definitely had a really great theme park community going on there, and yeah, I mean, like I think that's certainly partly what I'm trying to create with my servers. I'm trying to create a theme park community because I'm really passionate about theme parks. I'm a huge roller coaster enthusiast, and um, I really enjoy hanging out with people that also like roller coasters, so and theme parks and stuff. So yeah, like while I'm definitely not fond of their staff team, I do miss that server. I mean, it was a good server overall. It was just poorly run. Kind of like a lot of Minecraft. Like I think I've just found a lot of Minecraft theme park servers are just not very run very well, and that's kind of I think a problem I'm trying to solve with my server. I'm trying to kind of create a community that will be really well run, will have a very well trained staff team, and I'm hoping to create a really positive community. So yeah, if you guys are ever interested in joining our server, definitely feel free to let me know. You can always reach out to me via Discord DMs if you're ever interested in joining our server. Ethan Strange Y22 is the co-owner right now because we lost one of our co-owners because he resigned. So Ethan kind of filled in that role, and he's been a very good co-owner. So I'm definitely very happy to have him as a co-owner. And oh goodness, now I have to redo all of the debug stick stuff again because I'm trying to build this counter, but I forgot about the whole block update thing. Yeah, I will say, just kind of, like like I mentioned a lot, I would say that definitely this server is kind of all about, kind of creating a, just kind of a place for, people that are looking for a good community, a good functional community that will end up sticking around for a very long period of time. And that's definitely something I'm hoping for with this community is that our community will stick around for a while. I'm definitely kind of hoping for that. Um, and I'm definitely hoping to build the community, like because like right now we definitely don't have very many people, so I'm hoping that we can definitely build up this community and get a really good, strong, functional community. So anybody that's watching, definitely feel free to let me know if you're interested in joining our server. And I think for right now, I think just kind of because of the whole situation, I think I'm going to be careful about who I let in. But I think as long as people agree to the rules and stuff and agree to as long as people agree to the rules and agree to be um, like positive and contribute to the positive atmosphere, that's definitely kind of what I'm looking for. Okay, now I need to fix this. I'm looking for south. There we go. I just need to fix these fences because I screwed up. North. Oh, there we go. Okay, I fixed the fences that got glitched. But yeah, that's basically how you create a fence out of birch fence and iron bars. That's how you do that. It's basically you use the debug stick basically to accomplish that. So yes, this will be our information building, like I said. So this will have um, this place will have just kind of information about the park and stuff, information about the park and the server and stuff. And I'm not going to do too much with the interiors of the buildings yet because I just kind of want to lay stuff out and kind of see how stuff looks before I um, and see how stuff looks from the outside before I worry about anything else. So I think I am going to go for this kind of level of quality. So that's kind of what I'm going to shoot for with this. I honestly, yeah, I really do think that the bathroom building could definitely be improved. So, as you guys can probably see, I'm not very good at building roofs. I'm just kind of going for it and just kind of deciding what works. And I feel like raising this roof actually would be interesting because that would kind of mirror what's happening on that side, but that would also just it'll also just add a little bit of shape to the roof, so it's not just a flat roof. Oh yeah. Oh, so wait. Which world were you trying to enter? Oh, this one. Oh, yeah. I actually might try to make these rides functional again. Honestly, like I've thought about that. Because I would really like to be able to open. I'd like to be able to open Cedar Hills, like kind of while we're working on the new version of Cedar Hills. I kind of want to be able to open Cedar Hills in some ways. Like, yeah, yeah. I mean, like that would honestly, I mean, like that would allow us to open the server kind of a lot sooner than I thought we would, which would be really nice because I really wish we could open this server. Like I really wish that we weren't stuck working on the plaza right now. Um, okay. I'm gonna have to make my way back to the. I'm gonna have to make my way back to Cedar Hills Plaza, or to Cedar Plaza because I just since I just teleported back to Cedar Hills, I have to teleport back to Cedar Hills Plaza now. Um, oh, I actually do have a warp to Cedar Plaza. Actually, I just realized that. So I could warp instead of taking the long way by doing the bus and then the monorail. But I actually kind of want to ride the bus and the monorail, so I'm gonna do that. Oh, here comes the monorail. It is on its way over. Here it comes. Yeah, and I think definitely if we do reopen Cedar Hills, I'm gonna say that it'll probably operate on a manual operation schedule. So like like we'll probably start well like we'll probably operate on the weekends like we've been doing. Um, yeah, yeah. I'm honestly really glad that we got my plot, like because I was not really having my hopes were not very high that I was going to get my plot, so I'm very happy that I ended up getting it because I guess I'm kind of lucky that I got my plot honestly, just because like I know that there were a lot of people who probably didn't want to give me my plot, so but I think one of the staff I won't say who just since we're on the stream right now, but one of the staff I think probably spoke to the staff team and said like, hey, we should give him his plot because he owns that. But I don't want to say that staff member's name on here just because I don't want to get canceled. So yeah, and I guess I'm realizing even if I did get canceled for saying the staff member's name, it's really not the end of the world. But yes, I mean like, after all, this is just Minecraft, so all right. Um, Yeah, I thought, since I have a lot more time, like because I'm not operating in Cedar Hills at the moment, I actually have thought about bringing back discovery hunts. Like that's actually something that I've thought about bringing back. Um, like I might bring it back. I'm not 100% sure about it, but I might bring it back because I think that there's definitely a market for discovery hunts. Like I'm not gonna. I don't think I'm ever gonna run discovery hunts for money or anything. It's probably always going to be free just because it's a hobby. But yeah, I think we can most definitely get a good audience. So, I mean, like, I think certainly if I start running shows again, I think it's very likely I could get a lot of people attending, which would kind of in turn grow the community, which I'm hoping that the Discovery Hunts community will grow. Like that's definitely kind of a goal I have for Discovery Hunts is to grow that community. And like I think I'm hoping especially to get more actors. Um, because that's kind of I think partly why I kind of lost motivation to do it for a while because a lot of my actors just got busy with other things, so I wasn't able to run shows for a while just because I didn't have actors. But yeah, I'm hoping to build up my acting team again though, just because I do want to start doing shows again. And yeah, so and I guess for those of you who don't know what Discovery Hunts is an interactive horror group. Um, Basically, we run interactive experiences that have horror themes. Um, so if you've ever been interested in kind of exploring the world of kind of immersive interactive, Discovery Hunts is kind of a great starting point because our shows are not really intense. Our shows are definitely very low intensity. Some of them can get a little bit kind of on the higher end of intensity, but I would say overall they are definitely very low intensity shows. Just kind of because we want to make them kind of more accessible to everyone. We want to make sure that people can kind of get through the show and enjoy it and stuff. And like I would say we've never created a show um, that was too intense for anyone. Like our shows have always been all about keeping kind of the intensity at a lower end, so that it's kind of more accessible for everyone. Because there are definitely a lot of experiences out there that are definitely very, very high in the intensity. Um, so they're not very accessible for everyone. So that's kind of why I created Discovery Arts, because I just kind of wanted to create kind of a type of experience that's more accessible for everyone, that's more kind of able to be enjoyed by everyone. I actually remember one of the shows that I did. It was called Horror Circus. That one was, I think honestly, that one was probably one of my favorites. Like because that one definitely relied a lot on humor. Like I think that show was definitely a very funny show. So like it was definitely scary, but just because it involved like scary clowns and stuff. But I think overall it was a really good show because it just kind of it was just a really friendly show to those who are kind of new to the genre of kind of interactive and immersive. And yeah, and so yeah, if you guys are ever interested in kind of in going to like one of the Discovery Hunt shows, basically our shows run kind of on a voice channel on our Discord. And you can let me know if you want to be invited to the Discord. You can either let me know in the chat in the stream chat, or you can let me know um, or you can let me know via Discord DMs at Top Thrill 2 Fan. And so, in addition to running interactive and immersive shows over Discord, we actually also do run shows in Minecraft. We run like haunted houses in Minecraft that are definitely very on the immersive side. So we definitely do really push very strongly into being immersive and kind of putting the audience in kind of in that star of the show kind of position. Um, so I can show you guys what I mean by that. In just a second, I'm going to finish up with this plaza building, and then I will take you guys over back over to the Cedar Hills world so that you guys can see the some of the haunted house sets that we built. I don't like that the debug stick acts like that. Or just, yeah, there we go. And I am aware that there are some people that don't really agree with the whole immersive thing, and I get that. But and I know that there are some people who have kind of hated on me for it and who have kind of laughed at me for it, but I'm not going to listen to people who laugh at me for it because I'm passionate about it, and I think it's honestly the immersive thing is really cool. It's definitely kind of a cool way of experiencing a haunted house, like being able to actually interact with the actors and become a part of the story. I think that's definitely that's a really cool thing to do because it's cool to kind of take on that role of being part of the show, like rather than just kind of sitting back and watching the show, like rather than just kind of walking through a haunted house. You actually get to interact with the actors and become a part of the show, which I think is really cool. Because, like for example, like with our Slaughter Manor haunted house right here, basically as you're walking through, so you'll get some jump scares like a normal haunted house, but then when you get to the first room right here, there's an actor that jumps out at you and basically kind of starts talking with you and kind of involving you in the story and basically like I think we had like some brain heads, like we had just gotten brain heads for, we had gotten brain heads, and so we had put the brain heads on the table, and then basically the actor when they jump scared in this room, they basically offered the brain to the participant to eat if they wanted to, and it wasn't a fully optional thing, like we didn't force anybody to eat the brains, but that's kind of what we were role playing there was basically. Yeah, and then like in this bedroom, there was like an axe on the wall that we chased people with, and then there were actually a couple of really good actors that kind of snuck up behind people in this hallway and kind of scared them. And then the owner of Slaughter Manor pops out in this room and he tells you all about the meat packing and stuff. Um, And then, so that was the first haunted house we built this past Halloween. This one, Gowl Hills Motel. This one was actually based off of an interactive horror experience that I ran with Discovery Haunts by the same name, Gowl Hills Motel. And yeah, so then this show basically, this haunted house starts off with an actor standing right here, and then basically as the participant comes in, they welcome the participant and ask if they're here to check in, blah blah blah. And then when the participant goes down here, you get some jump scares as you go through the hallway. And then when you reach this room, a ghost basically jump scares you and basically says like, "This is my room," and kind of you get kind of involved in the story by talking to the ghost. And then when you're kind of kicked out of that room, you come over here to the storage closet, and there's it's definitely a very creepy storage closet, I would say, just because you have like the water dripping down, and then also just ghosts pop out at you and scare you, and they also kind of interact with you a little bit. And then I think I've done this tour before. I think I've done this tour once before, so I showed you guys the jump scare right here that we had. Basically, ghost jump scares you right there. And then when you get to the final room, that goes jump scares you, and then there's also just the actor that did the jump scare right here basically jump scares you again and interacts with you a little bit more before you leave the haunted house. And then for Coven of Blair, this one was definitely one of our most intense experiences because this is definitely this is the one that when we were running our hunt pass and immersive pass experiences, we basically only allowed for the immersive pass and blackout immersive. And I'll explain a little bit more about blackout in a second. But yeah, it's basically the this is the one. This is one of the ones where we only offered the immersive pass because this one was definitely, um, it was definitely meant to be a very immersive and very interactive experience, and like that was kind of how the haunted house, the initial design of the haunted house was developed. It was developed as an immersive experience, and so then basically as you walk in, there's like chimes that play. It plays like a really creepy melody, and then like an actor jump scares you so there isn't really any interaction in that first room, but then in the second room, you're met with one of the witches, and she basically describes like what it's like to live here, and she basically asks, "Are you here to join the coven?" And then when you get to the kitchen, this is when you meet. This is when you meet Blair. She tells you more about the coven and stuff, and more about like the house and stuff. And then when you get to the potion room, she jumps out at you and basically asks if you want to help her make potions and stuff. And then for the final room, this wasn't really an immersive room. It was more just kind of a scary room to walk into. Like, so there's no jump scares or anything. Um, but yeah, this was definitely a cool room. I really enjoyed this room. I think this was definitely one of my favorite rooms. But yeah, so there's those three haunted houses. And so those were once we latched on to the idea of doing immersive. Um, um, or like once we turned these three into just immersive, that was or well, we turned those three into just immersive when we built some haunted houses in our theme park. Um, because our theme park is definitely more meant for the types of haunted houses that you typically find in a theme park. Um, and this is going to be a Haunt 2024 location, or I should say Halloween's. Halloween's 2024. This will be one of our haunt locations for Halloween's 2024. Um, but yeah, so yeah, there actually was a haunted house. I think yeah, there was a haunted house right here, but we ended up removing it because we wanted to create a bigger and better one. But this was one of our haunted houses over here. This was one of the ones that that was over on the boardwalk by our blue coaster over there, which is now uh high roll high roller dive. But yeah, so midnight was one of our haunted houses in the park. This little special hallway entrance, this was actually something that was added on. But yeah, so this is our first room. This one was kind of like an entryway to kind of like a mansion kind of thing. And then this was kind of a scary hallway. This actually was part of the hallway, but then we decided we wanted like a new scene slash room there. And then this is like the bedroom. The new scene slash room. This was a kitchen, and then this is kind of like another living room type area, and then the bathroom, a scary bathroom, and then hallway, and then this was something that we added. This was um, like a tower that we added. But yeah, no, I did want to make. I guess I was kind of already mentioning this a little bit, but I do want to kind of make this kind of official at this point that um, the old version of Cedar Hills will be returning. And so we actually will be hopefully getting the server open pretty soon. Um, that's going to require a lot of work on my end from kind of a tech standpoint. I'm going to need to figure out how to make. I think probably a lot of the flat rides will probably make automatic, but the roller coasters we will make manual operations for the coasters. Um, but I'll probably do that kind of stuff off stream because on the stream I want to on my streams I kind of want to keep working on Cedar Hills 2.0. So I'm gonna head back over to Cedar Hills. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I do really miss. I do really miss Cedar Hills. But yeah, I don't think there's any way they're able to bring it back to my knowledge. Like on the other server, I don't know if there's a way that they can bring it back, but I might ask about that though. Like if I ever end up returning to that server, I might see about I might see if there's a way for them to bring that back. To bring back like the original Cedar Hills. But yeah, but yeah, and I guess like I've said, I don't know if I'll go back because it just kind of was a really bad experience for me. Like I think the community was great. It was just the staff team just created a kind of a it left a bad taste in my mouth. Is kind of a good way to put it. I think. Okay, actually, I'm gonna move this up by 1 block. Oh, I guess a week ago, Pieface was on, so he put Pieface was here March 10th, 2024. So what are your guys' thoughts on the new update for doors on Roblox? Yeah, agreed. Yeah, I've gotten I haven't really gotten much of a chance to play it yet, just because since I was going to be streaming today. Um, but I got to play it for about like 40 minutes or so, and it was pretty good. I definitely enjoyed the like kind of the new update so far. I think I agree that it is good. Oh, my server was down. Oh, that's weird. Oh, yeah, my server was up yesterday. I mean, like, I wonder if that might have been maybe a glitch, or maybe even like an internet thing on your end, maybe. Yeah, like it could have been your internet, because I know that sometimes, like, when your internet is being weird, it might say that a server is down even if it isn't. Like, I know that's happened for me before with the previous server that we were on. I know that sometimes like when it said that the server wasn't up, it was up, and it was just my internet. Um, Yeah, like I was looking. I actually just had a chance to look through the chat logs for yesterday, and it said that the server was up. Um, yeah, I could try looking into the console logs to see if there's anything. Um, because like the console logs are a little bit more detailed, so they would. I'm gonna have to scroll up a bunch to find yesterday, I think, but yeah, let me see. Um, because I know my server, it does shut off at like 2 a.m. Like it usually is, like that's usually like when it restarts. Oh goodness, and then so that was probably, oh yeah, that was at 2 a.m. Okay. Okay, yeah. So you said you were trying to join at like 6. Okay. Yeah, so I'll look at 6 p.m. and just see like what it was saying when you were trying to join. Um, yeah, I'm looking through the console log, and I'm not seeing any record of you trying to join. Um, and so like that might have been your internet disconnecting you before like the server registered that you were trying to join. So like it looks like it might have been an internet issue maybe. Or it may have been like an internet issue on your end. Because it says that the server was up. Like looking through the console logs, I can see that it said that the server was up because it was like doing like the slash list command every once in a while, like it usually does. Did you happen to like get a screenshot of like what it said, like when it was telling you that you couldn't join? Like, did you get a screenshot of that? Because like that's oh okay because yeah, that's something I would want to look into. Like if that was happening, I would want to look into that just because if my server is doing that, it's not supposed to do that. But yeah, I mean, kind of from looking at the console logs, it looks like it might have just been an internet issue on your end. Because I know sometimes like it'll say that the server isn't up if you try to join on, like if you're trying to join but your internet is bad, like it'll sometimes say that like the server's not up. Okay, I know that like it did that for me with like the previous server that we were on. Like so like whenever I had bad internet, it just said that it just kind of straight up said that the server wasn't up. Like even like when it was up. Hmm, weird. Maybe a hacker broke into your internet. Um, oh, and actually, Ethan, there is something I do want to talk to you about when my stream gets done. I want to talk to you privately just because it's something I don't want to mention on the stream. Um, but yeah, there's something I want to talk to you about privately when the stream is over. I do not know what the center of this plaza would be. Um, oh, I guess there's an easy way to find out, actually. I can just do this. I can just measure it with world edit. So it's 14. Oh, yeah, I forgot about zoom. I forgot, like, you can actually zoom in with, it's 14. So how about if I move it over by a couple blocks? So I made this plaza, I just realized I made the plaza an even number of blocks, which doesn't really work because then we don't have like a center. Um, yeah, I think probably the cheap and easy way to do that is just adding one more block to the to one side of it. Um, okay, yeah, I don't have the ride count thing set up yet because I don't really know how to set up that. The I know I yeah, actually I guess there are plugins to do it, but I would want to try to figure out how to do it with script. But I don't know how to do that exactly because I'm not really an expert with script. Oh, perfect. There we go. Okay, I found the middle of the plaza now. Perfect. I just wanted to have a middle to the plaza so that way we could have like a fountain or something in the middle because I feel like having a fountain in the middle would look nice. And actually, I'm gonna make this kind of a medium slash big fountain. Yeah, actually, I don't want to make it any bigger than that, or I guess I could push it over a little bit because I just don't want it to extend too much onto that path. Um, radii, so that would be, I think, 4 is what I'm looking for. Well, that's not what I wanted. Okay. Um, okay, I moved that over too many blocks. That's fine. There we go. I just had to move it by one block. That was it. Let's go. Um, okay, so then I think what I'm going to do with the rest of the plaza is we're going to do like a mini golf course. We're going to do go-karts, and then I think after that we'll start building like the actual like park entrance. And then something I do want to do with the plaza, something I do want to try to do with the plaza is to have some sort of path that branches off toward like Cedar Resort, because Cedar Resort will be I guess Cedar Resort will actually be right next to the park, so that way we can have like park view rooms and non-park view rooms for the in the resort. Because that way we can charge differently for based on like what floor you're on, and also like the park view and non-park view rooms and stuff. Okay. All right, so I think what we're gonna do with this part is this is gonna be yeah. So I think I want to make kind of the mini golf course over here. I was thinking we might be able to do like a gift shop or something over here. Um, but I want to do kind of I want to do the mini golf over here because the mini golf I'm hoping to kind of make it an 18 hole course. So I think probably what we'll do as far as that goes, I think we'll try to maybe make like the first third of it be so that'd be 6 holes, I think. Yeah. So the first 6 holes, I want those to be outdoors. The next six, actually, I want most of the holes to be indoors, actually, and the last three to be outdoors. So I think I want the first six to be outdoors. Then we'll do, um, and then we have 12 minus three. So probably 9 holes indoors and then three outdoors, because that adds up to 18. So we'll do 6, 9, 3. That'll be how we'll section off where everything is. But yeah, this will be, I think probably this area right here will probably be like a plaza type area for the mini golf. Um, Something like that. Um, I'm also going to start planning out terrain as well. Yeah, I think it'll help here. I think if we have a little bit of terrain planned out. So I think we'll go for probably from here. Um, so like this whole area will be actually 1 block higher. Yeah. Oh, and actually now I'm realizing how dumb that was actually to do that. So we're gonna do like that. And actually, yeah, I guess we can actually keep the wall underneath because that's just gonna get wiped out anyway by the grass. There we go. Okay. All right. I'll of course do that. Oh, and then, oops. And actually, yeah, just want to make sure that I got that right. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Yeah. So that's. I think that'll be the terrain. For like the terrain that we'll have over here, and so I'll go ahead and fill in the rest of that. Welcome back. All right, so as you guys can see, I'm working on some of the terrain over here to try to set that up. All right, so I think what we'll work on next is I'm going to try to keep outlining stuff, and then I'm also going to keep working on this terrain. Um, I think we could probably make the racetrack out here, like the not the racetrack, but the go-karts. We could probably do the go-karts out here. Um, and so I think I do want to kind of do kind of like I'm doing over there. I want to do like a plaza for the go-karts, kind of a plaza type area. Um, there we go. Okay. All right. So we got the first part of the plaza done. The first part of like the upper plaza. Okay, so I think that'll be it for the stream. I was going to go until 6 o'clock, but I think I'm going to go ahead and head off now because I'm just kind of, um, I'm just ready to be done. So thank you guys so much for watching. And if you guys enjoyed the stream, please be sure to follow me on Twitch and also subscribe to my YouTube channel and like my videos for more of this content. Thank you guys so much for watching and have a great rest of your day.